Before you spend hundreds of dollars changing your ventless gas logs or vented gas logs, I want to show you this video because I went through the process of fixing it. The thing is that these things are like $600-700 more or maybe less depending on the size. This is a 24-inch one, but what happens is that you have a log that you try to turn on and you may be able to get it to the pilot part of it. So you lead up the pilot and it stays on. Sometimes it turns off. But the thing is, even when it's on, you turn that knob to the on position and it shuts down. And that means that the thermocouple that is there is damaged, and that's kind of like the part that is a sensor that will tell the valve to open up or close, and this is the one that I just ordered, again from the company Empire Comfort Systems. This is the part number. Obviously, depending on what kind of brand you have to go through instruction manuals, and in this case mine was the BFYR24SO-1. So this is the telephone number where you can get it for the company Empire. And obviously you need to track with them the size, the thing. So the important thing over here, this one is natural gas. You can also have propane. You have to let them know, but you want to turn off that, obviously the gas supply, and you want to use 2 wrenches to be able to detach your hose from the element, from the ventless gas logs. Obviously it's important. Those things may come with a little glass decoration or something. You may want to remove anything that is loose before you remove it out. So once you remove it from the hose, in this case I want to have a clear access. You see that little box that's kind of like the remote control receiver. We go over that in a moment, but this is the back of it. And this part over here, which is kind of like the ignition, the sensor, the spark, or the part that will produce the spark for the flame, all this is in one piece. It's about $90, and you have to make sure that you connect it back again to the right connection. So an important part over here to remember is that if you don't have the same amount of wires, the same stuff, you have the wrong piece. So you need to go over that carefully. What you want to do, you want to start detaching all that with a small wrench, a little key wrench or something that won't scratch or damage your pipes. This is a really delicate section and you don't want to put a lot of pressure, but this is the part that will produce the spark. And you may need to connect the little wire that is there to make it work back again. So there are 2 screws that will hold this to the element itself. You want to obviously save those screws. Make sure that you put them on one side that you can put it back again. You may want to take some pictures before you detach this so you don't get confused, because obviously you're replacing the parts exactly where they will go. So it's not that difficult, but if you notice, sometimes these little connections are really, really small, and you want to make sure that you don't twist it too much, because you may end up damaging the flow of your gas line. So that's part that is important. Also on the front plate, you're going to have those 2 wires that will transfer information into the valve to allow it to open and close. So that's something that obviously in this case you may want to bring those little 2 wires into the position, and obviously start fastening everything back again in the way it was. Try to make sure that you leave it like the one before, because when it comes from the factory, you may be able to put all the wires and the excess wires in the right place. Once all that is fixed and replaced, you want to go ahead and again use 2 vice grips. Make sure that everything is nice and tight. Open up the valve. Make sure that you don't have a smell of gas around. Obviously you have to turn it back on. Try to test the pilot again, and most of the times, like 9 out of 10 times, this is the problem. So what we need to do in this case, because it has a remote control with 3 positions, we want to turn it on to on, and on the side of this particular element you're going to turn it off on the remote section. So that part you want to turn it off, and obviously you proceed with you're in off position, you turn it to pilot, you push it, and then you have your igniter over there, the starting igniter. You press it and then you have a spark that will turn on that flame. Keep it like that for a couple of seconds and gently relieve it until all the gas line it has a good flow. After that, you want to turn on the valve to the position that you need, and then in this case I'm testing it before I start putting all the logs back again, but it works perfectly. I mean, it works just as I needed. I went ahead and cleaned as many parts as I was able to, put all the little elements where they go, and start replacing those gas lugs. Again, take a picture before so you don't get confused of how these pieces are going to go. Little pictures are easy to take, and they go a long ways when you have something that has, you know, a lot of pieces or elements in different positions. Go ahead and clean it up and turn it on and see if it works for you. You know, make sure that everything is fine and perfectly fine in this case. One important thing with these things is that if you have, this is a ventless gas log, so that means that the chimney itself is closed on the top and all the heat stays inside. And obviously, if you have a really cold winter and you have a blackout, this will save you, yourself, your family. So you want to consider either this version or the propane gas version. So you know that now it looks really fine. It looks nice and clean. Make sure that you use all the time to clean up around. Make sure that everything is, you know, is working fine. I went ahead and put all the elements back again to protect it, and that's it. I hope this video will help you, and please, you know, follow me, subscribe, hit the little notification bell, like it. That's the best gift that you can give me. Like this video and comment if you had any questions or if this video was helpful for you. Bye bye.